back to another episode of Entrepreneurs Corner, where isusu as entrepreneurs we gather tozama kudzidza from those that are actually doing things, making moves in Zimbabwe. So today, as usual, I have the privilege of Dr. Ethel tichibatsirwa on how we can move forward in business as well as what to expect. So welcome, Doc.
Thank you so much, Daniel.
Yes.
It's always a pleasure to be sitting down with you, especially the young entrepreneurs.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. So yes, we understand that you've been at this for close to a lot of time now. With MoneyMart being launched in 2013, ikazotanga ku-operator in 2014. But you told me, Mashiroko, kuti before MoneyMart, there's something else in the microfinance that you started. May you please walk us through that one, Nas?
Yeah, it's a sport. It's a sport, Daniel. But what I want to say is, the first thing that I want to admit is that the first attempt is not always the one that succeeds.
Okay.
I think it's a story of almost every entrepreneur, which I want the entrepreneurs listening, especially today, to understand.
Okay.
The first story might not be the successful one because of so many reasons. So I started the first microfinance, coming from school, overzealous, thinking things do bigger. It was a test of time. You'll be having that energy, that zeal, and thinking things just flow. You'll be looking at all those financial institutions, and you'll be like, we are fresh graduates. We know how these things should happen. But the world does just not give you the platter just like that. So we started the first microfinance, fresh from school, related finance.
Okay.
And even the name, we wanted to conquer the world, we wanted to tell the world we are the blacks.
We are here.
Yeah, we are here, the young black citizens.
Okay.
So this is how we started. So what we were trying to do, remember we had bookish knowledge.
Yes.
We had learned, having done Becom Finance, my colleagues done banking and finance, trying to put things together. We thought we then had a model of a microfinance.
Okay.
But the model that we were having, we were just copying the banking model, putting it back into the microfinance space. And we at a point in time we thought we were flying, especially when you are disbursing, ticking the boxes and doing that. And it has always been the dream to say, I want to save especially those in the so-called informal sector, the SMEs. Okay. But we're now taking the banking model of, a bank, when it's giving a loan to someone, probably this someone is salaried,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And this person actually earns through that particular bank. Okay. And it's at a particular day that their salary hits. And the bank does not even need to call you, Daniel. It just does. It's their system. You are having an account with them. And we were taking that similar model to SMEs. The account they had with us was only the credit account. Imagine. Yeah. We only knew them to a certain extent of our KYC documents, know your clients documents. We had to visit them to see they're in business, they are doing what they are doing. But we did not have so much information, or even somewhere where if they get their revenue, we can deduct automatically. It was them giving us the information, us trying to understand it. So look how difficult it was getting a concept that you have learned from school, trying to just go with it in that market, Yeah, it was a test of time, and the indicators were there.
Okay.
We could see we don't have the power that we thought we had. But we still wanted to prove a point to say, look, we are bringing a new banking skill, a new blood to the banking industry.
The one from informal traders.
The one from our informal traders, because it was a non-brainer. The banks that time were not really entertaining informal traders. They needed someone to have a bank account, a proof of residence, collateral, all those things. And they were coming in saying, we can save you without even giving you all these headaches. Okay. Yes, proof of residence. Look, you cannot, we don't even need you to go to your landlord for them to sign that you are going to take some credit. So we were saying, we'll visit your home. Once you get certain that this is where you live, it's good proof of residence. The concept was excellent. But look, this person is just a tenant. Yes, we have visited you in Glenview, Daniel. The next day, the moment you know you have defaulted, it's easy for you to pack that one suitcase of yours and go to Moniriru. Where are we going to find you?
Flight risk.
It was not going to be easy. Flight risk. And yes, we were saying, we have seen your business. You are there, it's up on the market. We want to save you. But it just takes you a headache to say, this business is not working. Let me pack my bags. Let me try to go and sell my clothes at Copacabana. Where were we going to find you? So I want to say to the entrepreneurs listening today, like we always say, it's good to start. Please start.
Execute.
Start, go for it. It is in the starting then that you start pulling and learning how you need to put those down strides and talking about a successful venture, which, it had come, for some it had come 6 months later. For some of us, it has come 10 years later. so I want them to be able to start.
Okay.
Yes, starting is so good, because the moment you don't start, you don't learn the lessons. Because it is in the testing of the pudding that no, this is Munandi. But if you haven't tested it, how are you going to know that, look, I can't trade, yes, I need some more sugar here and the like.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so we are coming in tine information yekuchikoro tinoda kutoiita tichitoti isusu mari tinayo. This is the gap. We've identified the gap irimo mu-industry. Let's go and implement, but taita challenge now yekuti tiri kushandisa the model yandari kushandiswa nemabank. Okay.
So now picking it up from there, with the zeal that I'm telling you, now we're starting MoneyMart financing in the land. It was after the failure of this basic finance. And the manner it failed, we did not just run away from things. We really folded it in a nice manner. Even went to the regulator, surrendered the license, and said, give us time to think at it. We want to rethink this, So it was not a ridiculous failure. So sometimes when we talk about failure, maybe entrepreneurs might think to say we ran away from the scenario, and we were also a flight risk. Not at all. Look, we had a vision. We knew there's a gap in the market, and we needed to confront the failure, to say this model has failed. We can't really take the model from the banks to put it, especially in the SMEs. The dynamics are different. What we are experiencing is different. So we really did it in a professional manner and sat down and said, guys, accept failure. There's a time, Daniel, when you need to sit down as an entrepreneur and say, is this it? Soberly. That acceptance is the first step. That acceptance is my streets arena. So now, getting into MoneyMart finance, now I understood deeply that the effort that I was putting in the first microfinance, yes, it was good effort. The energy was there, everything. You know, the zeal, I'm young. It's expected and it has to go like that. But the architecture is different now. How should I stand up? Now I'm restarting MoneyMart Finance. What are the lessons that I had written down from that other thing, the previous one? Where was I missing the point? Where was I taking things for granted?
Okay.
That mentality of we are intelligent, things do bigger. Do they really do bigger? No, not at all. So we had to sit down and think of a proper structure. Not only that, where should we go and get more knowledge? Who should we sit down with and learn?
Yatinayo inakukwana. Of course, tiri, but there's always, you can never say that enough knowledge.
Not at all. Not only that, but remember, recent graduates. So that thing to say, let's sit down.
Okay.
Let's learn from others.
Okay.
Even to start researching those who failed in this industry. Where did they really go wrong?
Okay.
What was that issue that we need to watch out for if we are going to restart again this very same venture?
Yeah, Doc, I appreciate highly. Terera, pane nyaya yataurwa panapa hanzi zvoni patakafail at the first microfinance, we failed gracefully. Takasiya zvinhu in good books, giving you time also yekuti kana mazodzoka mutambiriki.
Yes, especially with our stakeholders. Remember, the people who had also trusted us with their monies, family and friends, to say, okay, you said you can do it. We had to go back, sit down, but please don't throw the dish and the baby away with the water. Keep the baby. Keep us. We want to go and rethink. We'll be back. I think we learned our lesson. You know, it was in that period. They put it in the first 3 months. We quickly arrived.
My pizza.
Daniel. We don't have systems. You know, the employees, the structures are not
The
there.
lifestyle is now saying something else.
So those are the dynamics. You say, but we learned this with that acceptance to say, I think something is wrong here. Let's take a breather. Let's pull out from the stadium. Ngatigologara kumaterrace. Timbona vamwe vachitamba game. Timbonyatsozviona kuti the pump patakati tiposa kuti bhora risagova. And not even to be shy about it. And even ask those at terraces to say, where were we failing as a team?
Wow. Okay, so that was paid. Thank you so much, Doc. So listen, tatanga something, taona, but this thing is not moving well. Tatora that lesson, we go back to those that are working with us, those that are trusting in our way, to say, Amana, this thing, we've taken down these lessons. We are going to add more knowledge to it. So let's have a break. We will continue with Dr. Ethel Mupambwa, how MoneyMart actually started from the previous one. Thank you so much.
Iyi secret here kuti magetsi ari kumitsa. Muri kuita sei mumabhizimusi, vana vechikoro uye kubika mudzimba. Vema butcheries nyama haisikora here. isuve mosolako tine masolar systems anopedza matambudziko ese iwaya. Tine masolar systems anotangira pa 1 kVA kusvika pa size yamunoda, anosimudza kubva kumalights kusvika kuentertainment, mafridges pamwe chete nemaboreholes. Kana usina mari yakakwana haisi nyaya. Tinoita inonzi pay as you go, kubhadhara mbichana mbichana uchitoshandisa system yako. Kuti ubatsirike, bata vesales team yedu. Desire pa 0787 831 578 kana kubata Aubrey pa 0771 216 155, Amula pa 0779 234 125. Kumoso lako tinoti renewable energy changing lives.
Alright, entrepreneur. So once we with the first thing chinogona kutanga chotadza kubudirira anditi Doc tadzoka back, welcome back. So we've started something, didn't work out, but with our stakeholders we've been gracefully been dealing with them. Now please take us through the birth of MoneyMart Finance 2030.
Like I said, the first attempt is not a wasted time.
Okay.
It is tuition. We always pay school fees. If you don't go to school to learn something and pay the fees, it will catch up with you. The fees is coming. One way or the other, the fees will be paid. So I'm talking to that entrepreneur. You are there in Glenview, you are in Blawayo, you are in Cholocho, you are all over Zimbabwe. You have started something and it has proved that it has failed. It's tuition, just take it in school fees. I know some of us have never really paid our own school fees, but when you come to adult life and when you come to entrepreneurship, you start paying your own school fees. Take it in school fees that is paid. It's an investment. School fees is an investment. So don't hit yourself too hard, right? So this is where we are now. Going to MoneyMart, I took the lessons with me. I told you, Daniel. So taking the lessons with me, the first thing that I realized is that the market was there. It was a non-brainer. I'm talking to an entrepreneur today. You're making that product, you're providing that service. Assess if the market is there. If the market is there, when you are starting, you're starting with that energy of you really having to pull the market to you. I was the sweeper, I always say this, I was the accountant, I was the loans officer, I was the one to talk to the regulator, I was everything. I'm starting. And again, in MoneyMart Finance, I started exactly the same. I was pulling the market to me, going, convincing the market, telling them that this product works, and it works for you because this is where you are struggling. I think I mentioned how I will not even talk about interest, but giving the product in an innovative manner so that someone really understands why the product
and finds value in it.
Yes, it's good for them. So in short, I'm saying the market was there. It needed me to pull it to me. So when you are now growing, at one time I think we talked about growth. So growth is not about expansion, opening many branches. Yes, we are talking about many branches in MoneyMart Finance, 43 branches. But that's not where the growth is. The growth started in that one small branch, that one small office. What am I saying here? Start looking at, am I putting the systems in place? When I put the market, is now the market also pushing me to say, please come to us. It's no longer me trying just to go and convince the market. The market is also pushing me to say, we now need this product. We have understood that it has so much value to us and it's working for us. You are solving the problem that was giving us a headache. And it's being solved smoothly. We are also not even having headaches as clients. So this is where I want entrepreneurs to look into. I think this is now where I started, even myself saying, now with this new MoneyMart finance, I have done right. Something is telling me that I need to continue to push. And remember, all these things that are happening, even starting MoneyMart, I'm not in the profits yet. No, I'm still in the red. But the signs are showing. The market is now pushing me. They are coming to me. Referrals are coming. You know, the clients themselves are starting to talk to each other to say, there's a product here. There's a product that works. If you go to Ethel, she will give you the product that speaks rightfully for you. So, to that entrepreneur, Daniel, I'm talking to. Yes, we are talking in the context of MoneyMart, but I'm understanding your question. How did you know that this is the right trajectory that I'm going with? So I started understanding, saying, those lessons of failure, the school fees that I paid, now it's paying me back. The returns are coming. I've put the market, I've gone there, I'm in the red, I'm teaching the market how my product is working. Now it is the market that's coming to me, demanding that product. So you could be in a different business as an entrepreneur. Yes, you are introducing your product to the people. I also want you as an entrepreneur to listen to the feedback the people are telling you. Because these are your future clients. You want repeat clients. You really want repeat clients here. So you need to listen. Maybe you are making that, it's a decorative vase. And then the market is telling you these goldish things, it's not us. The design is good, but kawakwisa kagoride akaka zvinonyanyopenya mumba hazvizobudi. Listen to the market. This is how the market starts now pushing you, coming back to you, giving you feedback, and you know you're in the right trajectory because the product is needed. It's the fine-tuning of the product that's making the clients really come back to you.
Yeah, that was pegged. Anenzeve anzwa. So listen, paninya yakataura recently vachiti when you fail or when you failed the first time, don't look at it as my losses in business, but rather look at these things as my fees or for your tuition and it. But don't be so foolish also. Kuba walegera now kuchitora the lessons kana present kwa. Yes, we failed. Right now, but let's have a mindset of what can I learn from this. We appreciate that. Now, if you like this information and we meet here every week, do not forget to like, subscribe, and push that notification bell so that when we hear information or every time we upload, you will be notified. Keep staying in the conversation. Not as well, just to understand what do you guys gain from this. We want to have value as well as so yes, continuing talk. Tirimo MoneyMart, we've relaunched market yakupushai, imapusha osha pamashinga. Market yakupulai, now you're no longer doing things. Market no yakutoya kwa money. What's next?
So now the market is also pushing. You know, I always say this. The marketing budget is huge. You know, you need to go out there and market. But look, we are starting. You want that money to be put in the product itself, in the service itself. So the greatest marketing, how to cut the big chunk of the marketing budget, it's you being able to take referrals.
Okay.
Let your clients refer each other. But how do clients refer each other? It's when you give a splendid service. You know, young entrepreneurs vanoda kuita tuhasha kusanyengerera. Guys, entrepreneurship it's a game of kutonanga client. The client is the boss.
Right.
The client is always right. And unonanga client. Nyengerera. No, I was saying I don't want the word burungu.
Correct. Okay.
It talks a lot. But your client is your boss. Go back.
Okay.
Because that person has to refer the next person. Because you need to cut the budget in marketing. And if that person continues to come back, you know you are in for it. So we want to understand that. Tinonyengerera sema clients, guys. Gatisa itaiva nanoshaya hanya nema clients. Even if you give a bad product, it's better for you to have a cost of redoing the service, of redoing the product and give it back to the client. It's less expensive than putting out that big marketing budget. Kunisama billboards, this and that, and firefighting. And the other thing that pushes big time is to put a team. I think Daniel, you know, when you start seeing that trajectory going, before expanding, before going to the next branch, before opening the next shop, I said the systems within need to be intact. Because what gives you that leap forward in the next shop is because you've made every correction while you are still gathering in this small space. And it's growth. So putting the team in place. You know, Daniel, I started discovering good as a chin master when I went for maternity leave. Kutope kama beg, kutongoenda kunoita, zvekuti inini ndakutongolokuza muri.
A whole quarter mzigo, 3 months.
3 months without being there. Chirichimani. So it's testing your business again. You could be that entrepreneur saying, "No, I'm a male entrepreneur. I'll not be able to take 3 months maternity leave." But I'm saying, take a week or 2 weeks off. Don't bother, switch off your phone. Let the team run the thing whilst you're away. Give them the chance to fail even for themselves on their own. Let them fail and then come back and start checking where have they failed. Why did they fail? Was it I, as the entrepreneur, who did not really teach to the last dot in the manner that they should juggle, especially areas that they failed? Or it is them that have not received the training. Already you are starting to tick the boxes to say, is Daniel the right person on this position that I placed him? You know, Daniel could be a good German. You give Daniel the department of audit. But Daniel is not an auditor, he's not a policeman. Daniel is a friend to all. So when you go away and you see that audit department is just broken, it means Daniel is not the right person for that place. So you need time to be away so that you assess the team itself. Can it handle? That's the thing that will tell you, now I'm moving into expansion. I've grown. You have grown within, yeah. Because remember when you move into expansion, Daniel, when we opened our Mutare branch, I was not going to be able to be in Harare and in Mutare at the same time. You see the trick that I'm talking about. So if I don't put the processes in this Harare branch and make sure everything is intact and write down the processes and the policies. Recipe, yeah, and then put a team in Mutare. And I'm not just going to pick a team in Mutare from Norway. I'm also picking that key team, splitting the Harare team, The ones that are already knowing the things that have to be done, going to open in Mutare, and the other ones remaining, now blending with new human resources that are now trained
to preserve the culture.
Yes, with this one that have preserved the culture. So the moment then you start expansion strategy without you really making sure you have put a tight knit in the processes, you are shooting yourself in the foot. Pauchada kuita firefighting, kwamtare, paukungo uda marari, taking the journey kumtare, uchishika ukarondera, pote yakana kuvhidza. You see, so these are the things that entrepreneurs need to get. I think this is what they put MoneyMart onto that trajectory of saying it's expansion time, because growth had happened in the very first branch. Don't underestimate, growth is not counting number of branches or counting those numbers. Growth is making sure that when I am away, things they continue. That thing's doing bigger. Now it applies today.
Not bye-bye.
Not bye-bye. They just don't do bigger. It now applies when you have put everything. So this is where I want our entrepreneurs to take note that even if you are still alone, growth is when you have put systems, you have put people down, you have made sure that when you are off 2 weeks, 1 week you are away as an entrepreneur, things they continue to be intact. When you now move to the next branch on your expansion strategy, it means that you have gotten the equation right. It will be easy for you even to go and start with a new team wherever you want to go and start, because the team that you have left behind, you once left them behind for 2 weeks and things continued in the good trajectory. Now you can leave them for a month going for an expansion strategy in another new market.
Yeah. That was pegged. You know, in this country. So yeah, we thank you so much. You know, it's always good to. I like the point where you mentioned kuti chimbopa siapa nai kuti chizonot up. So it's actually a good thing to step away from a business as an entrepreneur. We are learning a lot. Let's go for a break. We will be back shortly.
Feel the power of convenience with MoneyMart Finance Gadget Loans. Need a new smartphone, laptop, tablet, or home gadget? Don't wait until it's payday. Get the gadgets you love today and pay comfortably over flexible repayments. At MoneyMart Finance, we make it fast, simple, and stress-free to upgrade your lifestyle with flexible payment plans tailored for you. From work to school to entertainment, we've got your tech needs covered. Call us on 0785 606 127 or visit MoneyMart Finance today and walk away with the gadget you deserve.
MoneyMart Finance, creating wealth, changing lives through digital means.
Welcome back to the final part of this segment. Apo pakatagara in the Entrepreneur's Corner, and Dr. Ethel vachitibatsirawo on what to look for, how to see my indicators as we maneuver through business. So Doc, we thank you so much, Tadzidza, a lot. You said you fail sometimes. It's confusing, but as entrepreneurs, when you leave, you need to leave gracefully. My stakeholders, my clients, and you won't be able to see us next week. Communicate clearly. You've talked a lot. What can you say are some of the things that we really need to nail down in this journey based on what we are discussing?
That's very excellent, Daniel. And I think just also to add on to that, be purpose-driven. Purpose is deeper than profit. I told you we continued even when we were still in the red, making losses. But now the purpose we were pursuing was even deeper than profits. You know, the tagline that we say in MoneyMart Finance, to say creating wealth, changing lives. It's not just a tagline that we thought it sounds good, it sounds exciting in our mouths. We started realizing, even in the making losses that we're doing, the testimonies that were coming, we started realizing we are creating wealth 1% at a time and changing a life. And it actually started with us as employees. It did not start even with our clients. So that purpose, when you're solving a true problem, you see it. When you go to sleep, when you go to bed, I've done something that really counts in my life. Even if I've lost this money, but the excitement, the pleasure that I'm seeing in my clients, it's worth taking with me and trying even the following day. And you'll definitely be in the green. But like what you said, to say, what can we really say in this rounding up of this session? Let me continue emphasizing that the first attempt is tuition. I want to say to that entrepreneur somewhere tonight, after having listened to this tonight, don't take it to tomorrow's night, tonight. I want you to sit down and make a checklist. Where did I fail? How much did it cost me? And say, yes, this school fees has to come back. So how should I then make sure the fees is back? How can I correct the mistakes that I did? There's that zeal and there's that as entrepreneurs. Ego, actually, it's ego. Can really go before us. Yet, which one could know as you squeeze a wega. At the end of the day, at the end of the week, you are putting your numbers together. Entrepreneurship is about numbers, guys. It's about numbers. We are not just here to change lives. We are also here to make sure our lives are sustainable. We are continuing in this life. So tonight, go and sit down. Why see this summer face and O. But wega, chimoshuka paunotia, kuyakuya kwa kusimbisa my face. What should I do? Where am I getting it wrong? Where am I failing? How should I make it right? With my key stakeholders, with my clients, maybe one or two employees. It could even be relatives. When we are starting, the employees could be my husband. But remember, when we are at work, that person is an employee. Where should I get it right? If it was going to be Ken that I'm working with, is he getting a salary as I'm doing this work? If I'm going to be working for Ken as his wife, am I going to get a salary that makes me leap up again in the next day? Where are you failing? I may be your wife. But come on, guys. I'm an employee when I get to work. It might be that's the reason why I'm failing, because even if I'm a wife, I'm not really putting the effort, because I'm just one more direction. And I'm saying, make a diagnosis, an honest diagnosis of the business as an entrepreneur. Are you still the one pulling the clients 3 years down the line in this business? I've asked, your clients are not even referring each other. No one is pushing you. Panama orders that are pushing you. It's that thing. You could be in this business, part of business is really like a bomber's one. In business, a photograph. taken that photo, are people asking the next person, who took this photo? I also want the same. It's you who's still going to convince people and the like, and you have nothing to show to say, look, I'm a true photographer.
Every wedding you want to end you see,
You see, and the clients that you are getting are those clients they are now desperate. It's because you are the cheapest in town. But you cannot continue surviving because you are the cheapest. No, not at all. Now, because clients are coming to you, you are starting to price your business to the levels of your expertise. Guys, I'm not the cheapest in town, but I'm the one with quality. This is the reason why you have been referred to me. I'm going to give you a quality product. Now, you see, that diagnosis will make you see whether where you are going, is it a bright future? Is it where you are anticipating to go? And the other thing that we have talked about is that you need to put your expansion drive, with so much patience. Guys, let's not expand. You know what happens with expansion? The moment that I'm going to open a branch in Mutari, yet Harare is still leaking, the leakages will become too much. And it will take you down. You're actually solving a correct problem. You are going to bed saying, yes, this is my purpose. But the leakage itself will not make you to be able to be sustainable as an entrepreneur. So this is, I think when then I started MoneyMart Finance, I had a 360 view to balance out passion, purpose, and profit. Did you get that? You need to balance out passion, purpose, and profit. When you just continue with passion and purpose and there will be no profits, that business can never be sustainable. And how are we going to help you? We cannot continue pumping in money into your business.
Into your passion.
Into your passion. We can't. We can't. Even if it's purpose driven, yes, someone could argue that you have to say, what if I want to operate an NGO, not a profit-making organization? I want you to go and study those NGOs. Yes, they don't make profit, but most of them are sustainable. Very sustainable. Whoever puts money, investors who say, I want to push the agenda of renewable energy, right? And I want to give an impact investment. We have talked to these investors. They'll tell you, I don't want you to lose any dollar. I don't want to put an interest on this money, but I don't want you to lose any dollar. I want to continue checking on you. And this money is revolving, making even more impact. Yes, you're not making profits, but it's revolving.
There's preservation.
There's preservation in the scope of doing things. Because if you continue to leak, every time, you get to that point where, what I don't know, oil is even you as a person, the mind actually will come to a wall to say, no, I can't continue. I can't continue. So I think this is where the success of MoneyMart was, Daniel, to say, now I'm balancing my passion, I'm balancing my purpose, and the business has started to be very profitable. It has started to be profitable.
Wow. Okay. No, that's a very good analogy to say there's passion, there's purpose, then there should be profit. It as much as we feel which is the next person or the community, we also have to make money. Remember, there's a team that's behind you. Those guys needs to be paid well. So it all stems from a profits at maker. You can chase profits, but at the same time, kana zvisina passion mazviri. Unonzwa reumhanyisa profit. Unodikitira.
And your business can be profitable. Remember, Takatara about hustling.
Yes,
And then to become a proper entrepreneur. Guys, hustling not sure about net. My hustlers are no net.
Because you know,
I don't never get a profit. But till when are you going to be a hustler? Takataura pana pana Daniel tikakutarisa the lifetime line. When you get to 50 years, imagine babade 50 years walikuwa hustler. It comes to that.
Yeah.
So, what I'm realizing, especially in our country, Zimbabwe, we do not lack entrepreneurs.
Yes.
We lack entrepreneurs who survive long enough to build institutions that can even survive past them. You see. So, while we are doing this entrepreneurs corner, we are not encouraging hustling and it ends there. What we are saying, fellow citizens, young entrepreneurs, we are saying hustling is the first starting point of getting your profit, realizing your passion, and fulfilling your purpose in this life. It starts with the hustle. But do not end there. We want sustainable enterprises. We want corporates in our nation. We want you young entrepreneur to say, my product, my service, even if it's going to be a one-man owned business, there are businesses that are one-man owned. Because of the digital era, AI working, processes are being, digitalized. But how many people are you making an impact to? That organization has become an institution. It's no longer a hustle at all. And we are saying to listeners, keep building. Pay the fees where it's needed. Daniel, even now, after MoneyMart, he has turned 10 years, he has turned 12 years, he's counting 43 branches.
200 employees.
Over 200 employees. I'm paying a certain school fees. My guy.
Yeah.
I'm paying a certain school fees even today.
There are levels to it.
There are levels to this school fees. Remember, I learned at NAST, National University of Science and Technology. My university, a brilliant university in Zimbabwe. But there's a certain fees that is paid by not going to maybe Harvard and get the international view of things. Now MoneyMart has gone into a corporate. There's a certain school fees that I pay. And I'm not worried about it. I'm gladly paying the school fees, knowing that this is just but tuition. It's giving me the return. Now, expanding MoneyMart Finance into regional expansion, going to Zambia, Mozambique, Tanzania. This is where I'm eyeing.
So there's a certain level of school fees.
There's a certain level of school fees. I can get into the Mozambique market. I'm prepared for the school fees that I'm going to pay. I'm going to a market which is not English speaking. They speak Portuguese. But it's a market that I'm saying, this is regional expansion. I need also to solve this problem in this market because it has solved another African problem. Remember, our African problems are cousins, and I'm believing I can take the solution to the next African country. But if I don't sit down and learn, I'll pay the fees even at a greater part. So pay the tuition, expansion. We want you hustlers to grow your businesses and make them those sustainable enterprises, big corporates, and your names will be talked about even after your life.
See, that's really interesting. This is coming from someone who's built a service, a product, and now you can actually say, "Ndika descenda kumova, MoneyMart can actually live and live and live and live. So we thank you for sharing that with us, Doc. We hope you guys are actually learning. You're taking notes from this. Let's do this again, same place, same time next week. Thank you for tuning in, Doc. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Daniel. It's always a pleasure. Don't forget to like,
Yes.
to share,
Yes.
and to spread the entrepreneurial gospel, because we
Share.
need you.
Yes.
You are the one who is building Zimbabwe.